Hello, this is Ace Combat Fan here, and let's do a very quick analysis on Ace Combat 7's newest trailer, which is the VR gameplay trailer number 2. Now, just for those who are new or are not aware, the VR mode is only available for PlayStation 4 and is a different campaign of the game. Is not part of the main storyline. It's just an additional campaign of a somewhat different story. So if you think it's gonna work on PC, sorry, it's not. Anyways, the first thing I noticed on the trailer is that they say prioritize for Mobius 1. Those of you don't know, Mobius 1 was the main character in Ace Combat 4 back in the PlayStation 2, and he also appears in Ace Combat 5 in the arcade mode, which is, again, not part of the main story, but a different story, just like in Ace Combat 7. But the thing is, we don't know if this Mobius 1 from Ace Combat 7 is the same from the other previous games, because the time difference is very different. His latest appearance was in Ace Combat 5 in Operation Katina, which takes place in 2006. He already was talking about retiring back there, and now it's 2019 in Ace Combat 7. So is he the same guy? We don't know yet. And he's not flying for ISAF anymore because ISAF does not exist. He's flying for the IUN, which is basically the International Peacekeeping Forces. So it's a different whole setting. I wonder if he's a new character, it's gonna get very complicated for us to mention. Is it Mobius on this one, or is it this new Mobius one? Anyways, so that's my thought. We don't know yet. New special weapon we have is the XSDB, which are four targeting bombs you can equip. I think your F-22, and you can destroy 4 targets simultaneously. So new weapon. Also, another reference to previous Ace Combat games, especially Ace Combat 4, we get to see Omega and Viper squadrons, which appear in Ace Combat 4 again in the VR campaign, including Omega 11. So we're gonna see him again. Another reference to him. A little bit further going along in the trailer, we get to see that an AA gun can shoot down your missile. The guy playing the trailer fired 2, and one of them was destroyed. So I think that's the first time that this can happen. It's gonna be very interesting to see how accurate these AA guns are. Another confirmed aircraft, as you can see in the trailer, was the Sukhoi 34, which is gonna be an attacker, because thus far we only have the Sukhoi 34 and the A-10C as attacker confirmed aircraft in the game. And notice also that the player in the trailer, he fired 2 missiles on the Sukhoi 34 and he did not destroy the aircraft. Means that you're gonna need at least 3 missiles to destroy an attacker, because attacker, they are more armored targets. So it's not gonna be your standard 2 missiles. Also, for this scene where your aircraft is on fire, I think that's the death animation, because if you explode, what's gonna be your point of view if you're playing VR? It's gonna be crazy. So I think that means you're dead. Although I find it very difficult to believe that if you get damaged, you're gonna get indications like a little bit of fire on your cockpit. Because if you look on your bottom right, you get to see your damage indicator together with your ammunition, special weapons, flares, and so on. Now, for overall, I feel like this is gonna be almost like an Operation Katina in terms of story, like in Ace Combat 5 if you played, because it's somewhat of a different campaign, although it should be more connected to the events of Ace Combat 7. And after we get to see the gameplay, we also get to see the footage of the F-18 landing, because we took off, then we should be able to land on the carrier. And I noticed a slight mistake there, because the heading says 37 and 38. Those headings don't exist, because it's like you're going more than a full circle on the degrees, so you can't have 370 degrees. That just not make sense. So slight mistake. And in the end, you get to see a lot of these F-18s doing an air show. Bandai has confirmed through a tweet that we're gonna have the Airshow Mode and the Hangar Mode. The Airshow Mode, I think you stay outside of the aircraft and you just look at the aircraft doing the air show, which is cool. It would just be better if you could participate, but you know, it's good. And the hangar, I think you just get to walk around the plane. I'm not sure if you can actually move around the aircraft, or there's just specific points of view that you can jump to, because that would be interesting. Anyways, and in the end, this concludes the analysis, but I just want to add something to the end. Kono, he made a tweet right after they released the trailer. He really thinks that VR might be the future of Ace Combat. So Ace Combat 7 is gonna be a test bed to see if this concept works. If it's successful, if people like, then Ace Combat 8, for example, could be just VR. And they might make PC as well, because Xbox doesn't have. Sorry. But yes, Ace Combat could have a future in VR, which I think it's totally awesome, gameplay-wise. Or it could have half VR, half normal, because I think the story-wise, it's very hard to make it in VR. Think about it. It's possible. And also, the one thing I noticed, that we don't have the script on the text in the VR gameplay. I guess it makes it more fitting with the situation, more realistic. You don't have subtitles flying around when you're flying a plane. But still, it looks very exciting. I'm waiting for this. Anyways, hope you guys have enjoyed this analysis. Please let me know your comments in the comments. and see you guys next time.